The main thing you need to reduce your screen time is to fill the emptiness. When our lives is empty, empty of love, empty of motivation, empty of peace and real life, you are going to look for distractions to fill this emptiness. And one of those distractions might be your phone. But first, to reduce your screen time, you need to have a clear, firm goal. You need a clear reason that will be reminding you of why you need to quit that phone addiction. And the stronger and the more attached you are toward that goal, the harder it will be for you to not care for it. But to actually be able to do this, you need to not let your mind control you. When we lose our abilities to choose what's better for us, we become just like another robot or an AI that does not have consciousness to make us actually choose what's right for us. What's the point of choice or consciousness if you cannot get yourself to do what's actually right for you? Doing whatever our feelings takes us might lead us to nothing valuable. And life has so much beauty in it. There's so many places you can see. There's so many ideas you can learn. There's so many books and hobbies and joy in it. And when you aren't wasting your potential on your phone, you are missing all of that out. So learn to start now. If you do not start reducing your screen time, you will never know how much you can get to. You can never know how much you would be able to actually leave your phone. You can never know what you can be able to achieve if you do not let your phone addiction go. But to let go of this addiction, we need to understand why do we use the internet or phones usually, and focus on managing those reasons. Is it because you have nothing else to do, you have no hobbies or friends, you are just lonely? Is it because of your work? Is it your main source of education? Or is it just out of habit? We always have this feeling that there might be something fun waiting for us, a message, a TikTok, but getting addicted to use all those apps is not something new. They were designed this way on purpose to make us scroll and get addicted to every single scroll. With every click, your brain releases very, very cheap dopamine, and when you get used to that cheap dopamine, it becomes hard for you to watch things that don't give you that dopamine hit as fast. You can't watch things without being hooked anymore. You cannot watch a video that's even longer than 1 minute. When you can get that dopamine from a 40-second single TikTok, obviously you would not be able to watch a podcast for 2 hours or to read a book that has 300 pages without actually being distracted or without being hooked through the ideas in that book. You cannot stick through the hard things because you already have something so easy to do, which is going to be your phone. No matter how much it is wasting your life, it becomes easier for you to quit everything because you know something easier is there. And it's not only something easier, it's something that your brain needs now because you got addicted to it for all of those years. So if you do not give yourself, let's say, a couple of days, even like just 3 days without your phone or with reducing your phone, your brain cannot get used to actually reducing or getting back to the normal dopamine level that it used to do or have. We also now have a fear of missing out, so even when the content is getting too boring to watch, you still continue scrolling, hoping that the next scroll will be something better. The cycle of the internet is always breakable. You can choose to stop using it tomorrow, and within a week, you will lose your dependency on it. So learn to start from now. It's really not that hard of a thing, because I personally remember that I was so addicted to my phone for like years, but I just kind of took a couple of days without using it, or I limited my usage, I think, to the night, and I filled my days with a lot of things, a lot of tasks, because it was school and all of that. So I would really not be dependent on it. I could just not use this for months, and I would have like a single day in a month to use my phone, because I knew that if I use my phone, I will not be able to study anything. So I limited my entire phone usage to only 1 hour or 3 hours a day, and when there were a specific period, I would only use it for once a month. Yeah, and it worked actually. It's very important to remember that your phone is a temptation. It will temporarily make you have fun, but in a few seconds you won't feel anything anymore. All this scrolling for hours, all to end up with nothing. We watch so much things so superficially that it's hard for us usually to form any valuable experiences or to learn anything deeply. We will see so many valuable things on the internet, but the problem is of this fast-paced environment on the internet, it becomes very hard for us to build on that knowledge or to know how we can really use it in our real life. We have like tons of saved recipes, we have a ton of saved hobbies or things we can do, a ton of art project, ton of things we want to learn or do, but we cannot redo them because our next day is filled with at least 7 or 8 hours with our phones. So how can you have time to do anything of your to-do list? And what's even worse, it's already became too boring for us, but we cannot stop using it because we feel like there's nothing else for us to do, or it has just become an addiction that we feel like we will never be able to quit. But the reason for that addiction is because of our empty life. We lack hobbies, friends, joy with our family. Even if there is so much beauty in our lives, we cannot really come back to it or really see it because we are already too distracted with our phones. So try to break the cycle. Find something that you actually have fun to do in your free time so it can become hard for you to actually go back to your phone. It could be something you want to do from your childhood, something you wanted to learn, something you have in your saving list, different recipes, different books, different hobbies. You can learn so much, and it could be even something new like mosaic or postav or kinesthetics or any different sport or hobby or an idea that you wanted to learn. I personally believe that every artist has something to teach us. So when you get into maybe the biographies and the book of artists, you can learn so much from them and from their life and how different things has actually influenced their lives. I remember that about like yesterday, I read about Tolstoy and also about Imru al-Qais, and 2 days ago I read about Hatiya. Those three characters are they for me they kind of like symbolize the influence of depression and different life situation on their personalities. And this is something reading about their biography is important for me to make that video about art and depression, and I was able to actually take a lot from their lives into my creating process. So when you read about the biographies of those people, it's not only going to help you with your own creating process, but also to inspire you into also their kind of like fields. When I read about a poet, I can kind of care more about poetry and I might start reading poetry more. When I read about certain artists, I might love to actually start doing art more, painting more, writing more. When I read about different books and I see how those artists wrote and how they thought and those places they visited and those relationships they had, it kind of like all influences us to do things. But when you are continuously only on your phone, you are not going to get that deep with those experiences, with those books, with those poets and artists to actually kind of influence you as strong as reading their entire biography, reading their entire book, reading or doing an entire hobby. This all can help you so much. So learn to always kind of explore new things, to watch old or new documentaries with things you never thought you would look at, like the design, history or architecture or money history, to travel to new places, to try new restaurants and new dishes. There is a lot of fun and beautiful dishes that are in Iraq or Syria, even India, Korea, Japan. All of these countries have a lot of good food, and you can try to learn about natures, maybe metaphors, or learn to be more disciplined or confident in your free time. You can never know what can actually inspires you or change you and what you would be drawn into. So always be open to new things and new ideas, to be open to things that you actually feel boring. Because for me personally, I've seen a lot of things that I found boring in the beginning, but as I got into the book, I found that it had so much potential to change me. It has so much potential to teach me. So just read, just try, just watch, just see new things. It all can help you. It's all within your choice. You can always step back and choose something different. But if you do not start something, this will be the real bad decision right now, because you will continue wasting your potential and you will continue to waste your life on things that are not fulfilling to you. Try to lock your phone up on purpose and don't use it unless you have a specific reason. And as soon as you are done with this specific task, immediately stop using your phone. Because most of our scrollings usually come from those times when, oh, let me check a text, let me see if there is anyone sent me TikTok, let's see if there's something new on TikTok. And from that, we continue scrolling and scrolling, an hour pass. So cut this cycle, don't even begin with it. Scroll only when it's needed to, let's say, text someone for 5 minutes, and then don't even use your phone for like hours. This is how you can actually cut your phone usage, because if you do not use it only on purpose, very, very purposely, you are not going to be able to reduce your phone usage. And there's something that was a game changer for me, was to not use my phone in the morning, because whatever you use in the morning, you will be craving it for the entire day. So when you get to scroll in the morning, you will be continuously reminding yourself, let me scroll once again, let me scroll for half an hour and then come back, and you are going to continuously still want to scroll and scroll. Studying will become harder for you because you already got something so easy in the morning. So try to either put a schedule to yourself to not use it until you are done with all of your tasks, or put a schedule to yourself to not even use until like 2 hours before you sleep, to use them to also finish the hard things maybe, and then come back and scroll and then go to the easy things. Even though I personally do not support this thing, I find that the best thing you can do is to finish everything you have and then come back to your phone when you are done with everything, like everything, not even a single task to be left. Because I know that if you scroll like even for 5 minutes, you are not gonna want to come back to these easy stuff. Those easy stuff are gonna be like, oh, it's easy for my mind, I'll come back to them later maybe, and you will continue scrolling and scrolling and scrolling until the next day comes, because those things were easy to you, but they were easy but you did not do them, so do them instead. Cutting the notifications off and also deleting the apps can be also a big game changer. For me, I kind of always delete Instagram. I would install for about a day or two and then I would delete it for multiple months, and I ended up like deleting it from probably half a year, sometimes like 3 years ago, and I would sometimes also delete it for about 2 months, or I would delete it from my phone but also leave it on my some other phones in home, so I can maybe use it for half an hour but not actually use it for the entire day. This is something important for me, because when you have those apps in your phone, you are always going to come back to them at a certain point, and no matter how much you control yourself, you might actually get loose sometimes. You might want to just like, let me have fun in the morning, let me have fun before I sleep, and you just go back to them, and they just waste your time and you regret it. So just delete them instead of having all of these conversations about regret and all that. Just delete them. See what apps kind of like take all of your time, what games take all of your time, what kind of like random things that take your time. And another thing that is very important, which is your vision. Always learn to sit down with yourself and kind of reflect. Would I want those bad habits? Would I want those distractions? Would I want this life that I'm living right now to be my future? Because it's very important to realize that our future self is a big collection and depend a lot on the habits that we are doing on daily basis. And what you are doing right now, there is a big chance that you are going to carry it in the future if Allah did not guide you to otherwise, and if you did not choose to change yourself. So if you do not, from now, try to change yourself, to trust God to change you, and to also try to change this kind of life that you are living, you are not going to be able to live this dream life you're dreaming. You are building in your imagination. It's not going to happen if you do not lean into change.